Ma'am, a guy knows within 6 months if he wants to marry you or you have the potential to be his wife.
That's
But this
100%
is
true.
that's 100% true. And
That's
this
100%
this
true.
is this is a guy that wants to be a husband, not a guy that's looking for multiple
Correct.
sex partners to add to his list
Oh,
of playground partners,
Correct.
right?
but
Correct.
I was
I
about to
Correct.
agree.
say, what age?
Yeah,
At
I
what age
agree.
is this?
Well, I don't even think you should
I don't
consider
think
marriage at a certain
right.
age now,
Correct.
right?
I agree.
I I
I agree too.
I was first married at 23, didn't know my butthole from a hole in the ground, right?
Right.
So, then, you go on and other circumstances cause you to make decisions. But at this point of who I am
Hmm.
now,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for me to make a decision simply because I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not after
Right.
no booty.
Right.
The sex part of it don't run me no more.
Don't run you
So I
anymore.
need
Right.
somebody that got good sense, can
Exactly.
communicate, know how to,
But at
conflict
what
resolution.
level of maturity do you learn it? Like, what age
It takes
can
men
a
a little
It's
woman?
longer than women. It takes men a
Yeah,
little
but it's
longer than women.
different. Different
Right. It's
ages
different.
and what you've
Different
been through.
ages.
See, I think
Right.
a lot of it for men, you got two types of men. Men that been married and
Mm-hmm.
say, I ain't
Mm.
ever like Chris Tucker. Let me put my Chris
Doing
Tucker
that
voice
shit
on.
again.
Like,
I ain't
Right. Ever
ever
doing that
right.
shit
doing that
again.
again.
Right.
And then there's men who don't mind marriage, but realize that
Mm-hmm.
they have to make decisions and
Right.
align with people that align with them. Because
Correct.
I don't think there are bad people. I think we make bad decisions on who we choose to be married to.
Correct.
Right? So,
Right.
yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Right. No, I agree. I 1000% agree with you. I think that we don't ask the right questions. And that's the thing. We don't make the quality decisions around the right questions. I agree 1000% with what you said as far as a guy, and just as a guy, I'm not going to get into all this other semantics. As a guy, you know right away if you're going to marry this chick within this at least a good 6 to 9 month time period. And the reason
Right.
why I say that is, now she may not be in your mind ready to marry you, which is different. In your mind, you could be and have identified that you are ready to marry her, but she may not be wife material yet. That's different, you know. And I said
That's
it again, she
misaligned. Yeah.
may not be wife material yet. So
What's
that
considered
means
wife
you,
material?
well, that means, for guys, of certain maturity, if you got a woman out there that's just financially spinning and whatever and need help, she's not ready. You have now you got to coach her and then make sure she's not going to sit out there and blow your money,
But why?
or
What's wrong with you
bring
coaching her?
hmm? I,
If
What's
she's
wrong with you
coachable,
coaching her?
if
so
she's
Yeah,
we
coachable,
if
you're
identify if
she's
going
she's
to.
coachable,
coachable,
Yeah,
right?
right?
you're
So
going to.
But
that's the
Right.
but
Sydney
don't
and
put
Monique
that
thing,
out there. Yeah, yeah.
right?
If
But
she's
that's
Right.
Sydney and
coachable,
Monique.
You're good
Monique
right?
coaching.
became coachable,
Coachable.
right?
Right.
But sometimes people are not coachable, and there's so many
Correct.
extenuating circumstances that make people not coachable, right?
Correct.
But when you align with a person, and there everybody talks about, and I think people just say the dumbest shit sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Marriage is hard. Marriage is hard. No, it ain't.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
When you take your time and you align with the right person,
Mm-hmm.
the compromise is easy. Tracy and I call it pleasurable work, right? It's pleasure to work at getting better, right? But
Okay.
when you're always at odds and at each other's neck and disrespecting each other, that ain't no
Mm-hmm.
work you need to put on. Do you have to go to work and do that,
Okay.
But that's
right?
where I'm always confused at, because then you have people like Michelle Obama who says that her and Barack didn't even get along for 10 years of their marriage or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? And then I look at people like my aunt, and I guess that's a little different because they met when people were willing to go through a lot of
The
things.
mentality is different.
Or
Yeah,
needed each
but
other. Yeah.
but if you get people who get married in their 20s, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Everybody's not at the level of maturity that they're gonna, get to at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So then
Mm-hmm.
you have a man and a woman, and of course, 9 times out of 10, the woman is gonna mature so much faster. and then the man is slowly coming up behind her, but they may bump heads. So that's when I hear people say it's work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. It
It's
shouldn't have been
not.
entered
It's
into
not easy.
so long, so early, right? When you do things too early, that's why the word premature is there,
But that's
right?
the
So I
thing
think,
with our
yeah,
culture, because it's culture that puts this pressure on women to say, oh, when are you going to start your family? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do
yeah,
that? You know, in that nature. And even when I had my daughter, I tell her all the time she was a oops, but she was the best oops of my life, because I didn't
hmm
want to have an abortion or anything of that nature. I
Mm-hmm.
did it. I took responsibility. But as I've grown and I've matured, I know that I was not together. You know what I mean?
hmm
And it's more
Mm-hmm.
struggle trying to bring a baby, and needless to say, being married and all that type of stuff. So that's
Mm-hmm.
when I say it could be work. I wouldn't say it's not work.
So let me
Well,
ask you,
go ahead, Greg.
how are you? You said your daughter. Um, I might get some shit for this, but I'm just going to put this out here. Our culture does not teach our daughters to marry.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I do
our
now.
culture, our
Yeah.
culture,
Mm-mm.
teach and that may be because the women have to be so independent, because expectation is the man may not be there, he may be in jail or prison, whatever the case may be. But other cultures they groom their kids for that. They teach them, some cultures you go through, you have a diary, the Asian community, you got a diary where you go through and you, get your education,
Right.
your folks invest into you, they give you
Mm-hmm.
money to carry over into that family, which becomes almost like a business.
And I low
We
key,
don't do that.
yeah, because I wasn't taught that. I was taught that you find a man who provides, he loves you, long
Right,
as he take care of the
right,
house, you
right.
good. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
all this other financial stability. Some people say financial stability first and love comes
Mm-hmm.
later. I heard Tony Braxton
Right.
say that. And I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, that is so
You can't.
stupid.
That's not gonna
But
work. That's not gonna work. Right.
but when I heard it, but I've just learned along the way. Just
Mm-hmm.
working with women. I think I've learned a lot just from women, because that's just what I do. I like to have conversation with people so
Mm-hmm.
I can learn. I never not
Mm-hmm.
want to be a student, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I do try to teach my daughter that, because I teach her that she is a prize. You giving a man a baby is special. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just lay down,
She's
because they're
surprised.
soul
Mm-hmm.
ties. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just lay down with a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Mm,
I don't feel that for a
yeah,
woman.
no, I
I
don't.
I
I
know
don't.
men
I
can
agree.
stick anything, but me, I know for myself, like I told y'all, it's a joke, but if we lay down, we go together, because I know how
Mm-hmm.
I am about one person. Like, I can't be a hoe. I tried to be a hoe. It didn't work. I,
I
it's not
think
in
more
me.
than I think more than
She
anything.
said it
I
didn't
think
work.
more than anything for relationships is that soft skills aren't transferable, right? On both sides,
Right.
right?
Okay.
I think most of us have grown up to see some kind of dysfunction prior to us even being adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we take on a position and a posture and we emulate that and then we replicate it and we have it in our relationship. So we don't learn to communicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't learn to communicate effectively, right?
No,
Right.
effectively.
Some people
Right.
think talking is communicating, right?
No, it's not.
But
No.
an elevated voice and all of that,
Right.
that's not proper communication, right? And
Right.
you can't really charge people with that, because if you've never been taught to fly an airplane, how do you know how to do it? Right? If you've
Right.
never seen someone fly one, you wouldn't even know what the instrumentation looks like. So I
Right.
think
Right.
we're at such a disadvantage when we go to get married that we just don't know. We like this person, they like us, probably from a physical perspective, and don't even realize this ain't your person, right? You're just doing
Right.
something, right?
But at
Mm-hmm.
And
some point, you got to look in the mirror and know, like,
absolutely.
okay, I don't, you got to say, like, for me, I know I grew up in a toxic environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I like it? No. I don't want to be that person. So
Right.
you have to work and dig deep and do some soul searching and be by yourself and learn, you know, how not to
Mm-hmm.
be that way and be
Right.
Right.
around people that are willing to help you along the way and not go back to environments that bring that out of you.
Or trigger you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
yeah. What when two people are continuously stepping on each other's triggers
Right.
that are
Mm-hmm.
associated with some kind of childhood trauma that matriculates over into adulthood, you got to have a person that's careful enough to say, Greg is insecure about X, Y, and Z. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going, when I get mad, say, and that's why you got two big toes on your left foot,
Right. Right.
Right.
right? All
Right.
that petty, below the belt shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
when you identify that, you should realize immediately, oops, I got somebody that takes my insecurities and weaponizes them for their benefit in this fight.
That's a problem. Right. That's a problem.
Right.
Yeah,
And there's a lot
yeah,
of
Absolutely.
people who don't look at themselves and they say, well, girl,
absolutely.
that's who I am and I've always been like that.
That's
But
the way.
that
I
does
don't
Take it or
like
not
that.
make
leave
it
it.
I
right.
don't
Take it or
appreciate
That
that.
leave it,
does not
right?
I
make it
don't like
right.
that.
Take it or leave it.
I
Take it or
don't like
leave it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it or leave it.
I don't like
It
that.
doesn't
And
make it right.
every cause has an effect, every action has a reaction. So you have to
Absolutely.
Right.
realize that there will be an action and reaction to your behavior. Man, woman, boy,
Repercussions.
girl, whoever. There are repercussions. Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
I
man.
think the other one was about women being able to apologize.
Hmm.
That's another thing. Like even
Mm.
today with raising my kid, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard because my daughter is 14. So it's just like this new age, and then we have the old school way, and then you have to like mix it up. And because this new wave is so different because they have full access to so many things,
So much.
you know what I
Yep.
mean?
So much,
Yep.
man. So
So it's
much.
like, back in the day, they used to be like, I ain't your little friend. Da, da, da. Well, today you
Mm.
better be her little friend. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
Right.
you
yeah.
be mommy first. But
Right.
I am your best friend immediately after. You
Right.
know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like,
Right.
even with her, we have a code to where it's like, okay, you have to say this code word. And when you say that, it's almost like I said, mommy hat off, best friend hat on.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Got it.
Yeah, we ain't operate under
Got it.
that, guys. We ain't have that one. I ain't grow with that, but it's a new
No,
thing because
it's a
it's
new
a new
thing. And a
breed of
lot of
kid.
older generation don't understand that. But
I
if
think
I be
that's a
rah,
good
rah,
thing.
rah all the time,
Mm-hmm.
now you
Right.
got her going to somebody else. And I'd rather it's be like, okay, let's work this out.
Hmm.
You
Listen,
know what I
guys,
mean?
I think that that's a very good thing because my mom did that. My mom was the mom and the dad. She played all
Hmm.
roles in every aspect. And one thing I can say is I can go to my mom and talk about anything. And that's the way I want to raise my son, because I want it to be where, you know, I don't want him learning the bullshit in the streets,
Right.
even to the point where, because, my thing is, alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever it may be, I want him to be comfortable enough, like I was with my mom. I would tell my mom, I was like, "Oh hell yeah, mom! Me and one of my boys, we me and Johnny sneaked into a doggone um a 21-year-old club." She was like, "You and Johnny did what?"
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10 times, it was that damn Johnny. But
Don't blame Johnny.
we ain't gonna talk
Johnny
about
Dog.
that.
Not Johnny.
so so I mean, but really I was so comfortable, I could chat with her because she taught me, pretty much everything, and I was comfortable. Now when it was time for her to get into my ass, yeah,
Hmm.
she
Yeah.
and if she's listening to this, she hate this. I used to I used to piss her off because I used to say some shit like, "Yeah, mommy dearest." I don't know if y'all remember that movie back in the
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
day.
Hell yeah.
She used to hate when I said that. But I just did it just to get under her nerve. But let me tell you, I'm glad that she did raise me. And I think you're going in the same direction. because
It
you
gets
want your
hard
daughter
though.
to come to you.
It's hard because some days
You,
I'm crying my eyes out because it's
mm-hmm,
stressful. Because
right.
just like she needs me, I don't have an outlet. You know what I mean? Like my mom is
Mm-hmm.
gone. My mom's been gone since the age of 52. So, I buried her on her 52nd birthday. So I've
52?
had to, yeah, I have my
I didn't
guardian,
know that.
but yeah, we
Damn.
don't talk as much. But like sometimes it gets heavy. It gets heavy,
I get it.
and
I
you're
get it.
questioning yourself, like, am I doing this right? Am I, you know what I mean?
Right.
like, what am I
Right.
doing? Some days
It's
it's
no
like, what am
Right.
I
manual.
doing wrong? Yeah, it's
Hmm.
no
Right.
manual. It
Yeah,
really
none of
is.
it.
Right.
From marriage,
None of
for
it.
raising kids, it's
None of
no
it.
manual, and you actually don't appreciate your parents until you're
Right.
faced with the same things that they had to deal with, right? You're like,
Right.
oh, it ain't no book on this.
Right.
Yeah, but
I meant
the
for you to go
difference,
this way. Yeah,
is you can't call them and say, Mom, you remember when such and such and such and such? You got to
yeah,
hold all that in. And you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you know how sometimes your kid be like, I hate you or I do this. And
Oh
then that's
yeah,
like a
Mm-hmm.
trigger. It's a trigger
yeah,
and it
yeah.
just hurts. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's funny because today my son is so funny because he's like, he's 10. So he's like, Mommy? I'm like, yes. He's like, I need to go get some candy. I said, candy for what? Valentine's Day is coming up. But there's this girl I need to get some candy for. So I'm like, oh, you got a Valentine?
Thinking
That is
already.
funny.
Valentine?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I need your money, bro. You got money. You use your
Bro,
own
right.
money.
That's right,
I will
right,
buy the
right.
class candy, but you buy a little shorty her candy. I'm not
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's
So
always
That
cute.
wow.
is hilarious.
Yeah, it's
That is
But
crazy,
yeah.
man.
hilarious. So yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, like you said, teaching her to be the prize because, like I said in another episode, I don't mind, the prize because that means I won. As whether it's the as the alpha male or whatever the case may be, then hey, yeah, that because that's what we do. We as men are the seekers. We should be seeking out. We're looking for that prize. We are looking for that.
Here's the
You
thing.
know.
Let's define prize, right? Because
Hmm.
prize ain't spoiled and
Right.
Let's
materialistic,
define it.
and you
Correct. Let's
you
define it.
you need somebody at your beck and call, and you can be
No,
disrespectful. You
no,
can do all
I don't
a
mean it like
prize.
that.
A prize is, let's go to the Proverbs woman, right?
Right,
Who can
right.
who can
Hmm.
find a virtuous woman,
I'm
Virtuous
still
right?
woman.
working on being that woman.
There you go. That's the prize, right? Her
Mm-hmm.
name is
Yeah.
above rubies, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she does the right things, which invokes, right, the right
Yeah.
thing.
Right,
When the pulley system works properly, it's no pull on the whole system, right?
right.
So it invokes best behavior out of you, it invokes the best behavior out of me. But if you think you're the prize, and that means bring me that boy, do this, do that. That
Look,
ain't a prize.
look.
You're an
Yeah,
asshole.
I think women think the prize is their cat or you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah, all
You
that.
can get
Right,
cat wherever, man. That's
right,
not the
yeah.
prize.
And they
That's
don't
not the
right.
know the
The
prize.
mental,
the
the conversation.
yeah,
Right. You
The
yeah,
you got to,
yeah.
in order to stimulate me, you got to stimulate me mentally, man. I
hmm
need to know, and I told you guys this before, I got to have that kind of connection. I can't be the guy, George, we've had these conversations before where I said that you can't be 25, 30, and if I'm out single in the world, running around at a 25, 30-year-old girl is not just cannot do it
right.
mentally, because what are we going to talk about? What are we
Right.
talking about? I mean, some now, don't get me wrong, some may, that's fine.
hmm
But from the most part, we are not going to be on the same level. Because
But what
typically
are
in
the
my
right
mind,
questions that you were
hmm
talking about? Because you said that women don't know the right questions to ask when they are okay. We'll
some women,
say
right, right. Some
when they're
We
women
talked
don't
about
dating
this, Nikki.
dig.
We talked about this, right?
me and you, yeah.
Right.
But
Go ahead, George.
what you gonna say
What
the right
what
questions
you
are,
say?
Greg?
Go ahead, Greg. I'll let you. She already know my answers, so I'll
Okay.
bring my answers out after you.
So, from my perspective, it's not necessarily the right questions. It's knowing what to ask as far as when you're getting to know that person. Women make the mistake of missing the red flags, and they don't dig deep enough. Women don't dig. Some women, I don't want to say all women, I'll just say some women don't dig. Some women, um, afraid to ask because they want to hide certain things. I don't care about your history. I don't care about that.
Right.
I don't care about your past. That's not who you are today, unless you still out there effing around doing some
Right.
other
Right.
promiscuous stuff.
Exactly.
But you're not. They're not asking about these guys. You don't have. When I say financial situation, look, guys, you don't have to dig into right away to find out how much a guy make and all this kind of stuff, but you do need to find out from a high level perspective of, are you able to take care of yourself? Are you able, do you have your own house? Are you married? Do you want sister wives? Do you want, a threesome? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want more kids? I mean, it's just a whole gang of stuff that are detailed quality questions that a lot of women don't ask quality questions. Another thing I always say is women do not demand the respect from a man. If you demand respect from men, you're good.
When you
And
say
women
Okay.
don't
demand
do that.
respect, you gotta be specific with it, because sometimes women think demanding respect is you tell me your every move, or you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
no,
You
what
don't
do
fall
you
for the
no.
mean?
okie doke,
When you
right? You
carry
don't
Right.
fall for the
yourself,
okie doke, right?
huh? What?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You
George.
don't. You don't. You don't fall for the okie doke. You don't.
Right.
So here's a big problem as an addendum to what Greg is saying. And I agree with everything he's saying. Is
Mm-hmm.
that women have to pull back out of the sponsorship mindset, right?
Right.
Right.
Shiny car, shiny suit, certain
Right.
height, articulate, all the things
I ain't
that are
even talk about
typical.
that. I ain't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the misleading thing that they fall for,
Right.
because the
Exactly.
statuesque man, everybody wants him, right?
Right.
Right.
So
Tall, dark,
and
and
we know
handsome.
that. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
know that, right? We
Right.
know you wouldn't be talking to me if I didn't have the
Mm-hmm.
criteria that meets
Correct.
your physical
Checklist and
aptitude, right?
physical. Right.
Checklist.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who I
Mm-hmm.
am. You don't know who
Right.
I am.
Right.
And
Right.
and money ain't prejudice, right? The same money I give you, I can give to
Mm-hmm.
three other women, right? So what do you
Easy.
want? You want a relationship or a sponsorship, right?
Correct.
And that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the things women have to really, really understand. Am I with him because I'm tired of carrying the load? Am I tired of paying
Right.
all these bills by myself? Or I want to actually build a relationship with somebody that's going to be considerate. Again, they're going to communicate properly. They're going to beat me. They can give me a Range Rover tomorrow and then kick me down the stairs the next day. All
Right.
those things. So, like Greg was saying, you got to get past the aesthetics of everything and actually
Right.
start. Are you here? Do you want a relationship? Right? Do you want a relationship? Or are you just dating? Because most married men or divorced men just don't want to do it no more. Right?
I'm gonna tell you the secret. One thing for sure. If you find out, Nika, that a guy is willing to invest in you, you golden. And what I mean is, when a guy when you are talking to the guy and you find out that this guy is willing to invest in you, you know, he's listening. He's paying attention to when your birthday. He's paying attention to what you like. He's paying attention to what irks you. He's paying attention to, what makes you smile. He's paying attention. He's, hell, cooking for you. Whatever the case may be, he's investing his time and his mind and his mental psyche into you. When you get a guy
Consistently.
consistently to
Consistently.
Because
invest
we're
his
going to do
Yeah.
anything
mental,
to get them draws. To get them
we'll do
And
draws,
it.
that's what I
every
There
tell
you go.
people all the
everything he
time.
Exactly.
said, we're going to do all that. But it's the consistency. And the
Consistency.
consistency really shows after he got the draws, now how's he engaging you?
How's he
Right?
going to
Because
Right.
engage?
we'll go to the moon and bring it back a
Right.
piece of cheese to get what we
Easy.
want.
But
Right.
I
To
think a
get what you
lot
want.
of times the women in general have problems because they're always trying to change a person's mind. Even if the man
You can't do
says
that.
in the beginning, and I try to tell people that all the time, because I
You
deal
can't
with a
do
lot
that.
of single women and this, that, and the third.
Mm-mm.
But they say it all the time, and I'm like, the man already told you what he wanted, his expectations. So why do you feel that you can change him?
I call them rules of engagement. If I set the rules of engagement up front, you can't sway from that. if I set the rules, if we out there and I'm single man and we rolling out in them streets and I tell you, look, this is straight booty.
Right.
We ain't doing nothing else. You better not call me when your car break down. You better call AAA.
Not even if you
better
try.
not. What?
Now,
Huh?
down now. You can help her with a tire if you get some ass.
Hell, listen, no, I'm serious.
No, so y'all put too much stake on ass.
No,
Y'all put too much stake
on that.
Oh Lord, have
you
mercy.
better be. And look, I'm not gonna get real vulgar
Today's
and foul.
woman.
I'm not
I'm
gonna get
sorry.
foul. I'm not gonna get foul, but I am gonna say this: some women are say, and I think because I've grown to a point to start realizing, I just don't like to take so much bullshit. At some point in your life, you realize that, you know what, you just got to be you. You just got to be you.
Yeah.
And
You
so
lose your
going
patience.
through,
There's
you're going
no
through
soft
whether it's
spot if a
divorces.
woman called you and said, "Oh, I have a flat. Greg, can you help me?"
Absolutely, but it ain't predicated on you giving me no sex.
What?
See,
No,
sex
but
has no value to
You
me
got
now.
you got a
It don't
no,
have
no,
no
no, no,
value.
no. I'm not
Did you
saying I'm gonna
call
call
did you
you and be
call
like,
Georgia
"Well, I screwed you
511?
yesterday, and you should come put my tire
George.
on." But if I'm
Call
out at
Morgan
9 o'clock
and
at
Morgan.
night,
Georgia 511. That's the Georgia Department of
y'all
Transportation.
really
Did
swimming
you
in
Call
call
the
piss out here in
Sam,
these
the
streets.
strong arm of the law.
G
Ooh,
dot
Yeah.
Georgia Department of
ladies,
You know,
please
Transportation?
get AAA. Please invest in
no, but
AAA.
see,
No,
the red flags. Y'all try to spray paint them green,
Don't
right.
and
say
and, and
y'all, women.
women.
Women,
Okay.
some
What are
women,
you?
some women,
What
not
you
all,
not? What you
some
I ain't
women.
got nothing to
identifying
do
as?
with that. I
So
don't have them
so
issues.
so I think the problem is that the upfront, the costume, the cars, the
Hmm.
money. Men know what to carry,
We
the
know.
carry in
Right.
the front of the horse
Especially in
is,
Right.
right?
Atlanta. Oof.
Right.
Right.
It's just that simple. But the typical man, that's what everybody's going for. So what gets
Right.
me in a woman? What got me with my woman is her, and I'm gonna take y'all there. Her ability to understand how to pray, right?
Mm-hmm.
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 Keeping God in the midst of things that you got going on, right?
Of
Mm-hmm.
course.
How you feeling today, babe? What's going on
Right.
with you? Are you feeling good
Exactly.
today? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Those
Yeah.
soft skills, right?
Investing.
Forget
He's
how
investing.
you look.
He's investing.
Looks as completely
Mm-hmm.
failed the literacy test,
And
Exactly.
right?
that's what people think. But keep going.
Yeah,
Keep going. I
yeah.
don't want to
But
cut you
it's
off.
those things, right? It's those things that got me to the place in that Kevin Samuels time. Like this is the one. This is
But
her.
this is the generation where women really think that's why, like the conversation we talked about before,
Yeah.
BBLs, like it's a difference between mommy makeover and BBL, or if you're investing in your body for, being an entertainer, exotic dancer, whatever. But it's
Hmm.
all attention. People are seeking attention, and that's not even what men are looking for.
That
They're
ain't
not
healthy
even, they don't
attention.
even, I mean, of course you're gonna look
Mm-mm.
at it.
Yeah. That
Mm-mm.
sexual
I think
attention.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Right.
Yeah. Because a man will sleep with a hoe, but he gonna marry a housewife, right? Or a wife, not just a housewife.
Right.
We can
Right.
tell the difference. We've been compartmentalizing
Right
behaviors
away. Right
since
away.
I was 13.
Right.
I got some age on me now, so I've
yeah.
been identifying where you fit in my life
I
based on the
categorize you.
narrative of how you
Mm-hmm.
respond to what you think I have and who you think I am and how
Thank
you
you.
think I look. So I know,
Thank you.
oh, okay, she ready to hop in this car. She ready to do this,
Right.
that, and the other. Oh, you
Right.
looking for some fun and you looking for a sponsor.
Right.
But I ain't that.
I
I'm out of here
categorize
once
you.
I get my, yeah, I'm out of
Mm-hmm.
here once
Right
the
away.
mission
But
is
then they
accomplished.
bring those characteristics to the wrong people too. I think
Hmm.
some
No,
women
that is
are
true.
that.
Well, it goes back to like you said that they try and change because I'm gonna tell you the man tell these women up front. I would guarantee you 8 or 9 out of 10 times, guys. I guarantee you the man is going to some kind of way have told the woman up front that no, I don't want a relationship. But you got a lot of women who think that when they hear it, they're like, oh, you don't want a relationship right now.
I
But
almost
no,
disagree with you, Greg.
when it,
I almost disagree with that.
go ahead. Tim.
I think men up front, say they want what it is the woman wants to hear, because the objective, most of the time with men our age who's been married, and they look, because I don't believe there's any eligible bachelors, right?
Okay.
I believe
Mm-hmm.
there's guys on the loose running around shuffling the deck, right? So
Right.
guys are going to tell you, just like
I see
women
what you're
will.
saying. All
Yeah,
right,
guys
I
are going
got
to
you.
tell you, you know, everyone wants to be married at some point, or
I got
have
you.
have a committed relationship. So yeah,
I
you
got
know
you.
what the typicality is. You know what to say. You know how to answer the questions right. You know how to say what you want to hear. You know how to go through all that, because we know
I got you.
the bait
I got
we
you.
have
Mm-hmm.
and the fish we're hunting, or with the fish we're going after, likes this type of bait,
You're
right?
right.
It's just
You're right.
about women
Yeah.
wising up after
Mm-hmm.
they realize, oh, that's the game. He running the Simon Says
Right.
game,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right.
So you know what? That's a very good point. I take that back because I was crossing the lines, because actually that's a very good point. So let me restate that, and let me put it this way. I have run across in the past, I've run across women that have, they want to act like men, okay? Meaning
hmm
they'll say to me or whatever, like, oh, you know what, I can handle it. I can handle, just dating, and we can just have sex and this and that.
Situationship.
But situationships, whatever you want to call it, the new
hmm
And they
age
can't
terms.
handle it.
And let me tell you now, and I've said this, if you are that bad, I would tell you, if you really think you're that bad, and I would tell you, I would say, look, you cannot handle my whole mental or my whole psyche, because my psyche is, I will get that ass and walk away and will not call you tomorrow,
Ever.
ever,
Done deal. That's what
period.
you asked us, Nika. Can men have sex
Right.
without emotional attachment?
Yeah.
And I'm done.
We call it sport fishing,
Right.
right? It's
Right.
sport
I'm
fishing.
throw
Yeah,
I throw it I throw it
it's just
right
like
back in there.
you fish,
Right.
you catch it, you take a look at it, and you're like, boy, that's a nice one right there, and release
I'm
it,
I'm
right?
putting that
Because there's
mother
more
back in the
fish out there,
water. Exactly.
right?
Back in
This
the
is
Yeah,
water.
game.
I told you
It
I
might not be
can't do
good.
that. No,
Yeah,
but I'm
Yeah.
just,
yeah, but
Right.
it's not as blatant as we are revealing it.
Saying it.
It's
Right. It's not
dressed
as
up.
blatant.
It's
Right.
dressed up in chivalry. It's dressed up in
Correct.
so many things, right? So
Correct.
you can't detect it until you've been got by it.
You right. You right. You bit. You got you yeah. You
You're
done.
done.
You
Oh my
done.
God. Here go my boy.
that's
He
so
got
crazy. Because
he
I
got
remember
the
dating and
ass.
knowing that the guy would be, other people, and I just could never understand. But they would still talk to me. But I guess it was because I always befriended the guys that I
Girl,
talked
hell
to.
no. Let me tell you, I'll be your friend for 1,000 years. In
Years.
1,001 year, you got that foot on the banana peel and you slip up and you give me that ass, we done.
But guess what? But
Girl.
I'm being so right handed guy. I'm being so honest. They
What?
always come back and say, like, guys that I've dated, they always come back and say, you know what, you were ahead of your time, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Now
Okay,
is
that's
consistency.
fair. Right.
that's real,
Okay.
because they
Okay.
never tried to get at me no more after that. But
Yeah.
when I finally let them back in to say something, because I would just cut
Mm-hmm.
people off because I would be so hurt. Because I
Yeah.
hmm
really used to have, like, the way I talk to you guys, I would have real conversations with these people
Right.
because
That's
I just
Yeah.
good.
like to have
That's
conversations.
good.
The key to
That's
But a
men
good.
lot
is
of guys,
consistency. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they
Right.
would call back years later. Even my ex, I was engaged to this man for 4 years. And after I left him, he got married 8 months after I left him to
Mm.
somebody of another nationality, an exotic woman. But later on, when his mother died, I did reach out to him, and I just wanted to say, my
Right.
condolences or whatever, because at the end of the day, that was my mother-in-law for 4 years, and I know what it's like to lose a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he apologized. He
Okay.
apologized for everything that he did to me, and it
Right.
made me feel better.
That's
But
good.
hmm
That's good.
Yeah.
All right,
And
Nika,
that's
I'll tell
big
you
of you.
what.
hmm
That is really big of you. I tell you
Yeah.
what, Nika. And I'm not gonna say I want to give you a challenge and all that kind of good. I really want to employ and ask, if you can, find us somebody to chat. I know you run across women all day. Find a
yeah,
woman that's willing to come on this show so that we can chat with her and just, she can't find a man or whatever she's going through. And we're going to give her the real. We're going to give her the real. Okay.
I think we should do a series of that. That would be fun because there's so many different
You
women
let us know,
and men too, men too, men too.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah,
never hear the
absolutely.
men side, the real men who are actually looking,
That's fair.
and not
Whoa.
no short
Yep.
man either.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
I
I
Oh
know you
want
want
to
to
shit.
talk
know.
about
Oh my
I
that.
know.
God.
I know
Oh,
y'all don't want to
thanks,
hit that.
Nika.
Look,
Thanks, Nika.
George don't want to talk about it. Let me tell you,
I
because
don't want
here's
to
the
offend
deal.
nobody. I'm over 6 feet tall. I don't want to
Listen,
offend nobody.
no, I just want to know, because here's the deal. I want to know, why is it? So it's two things. Why is it the short men can't get no ass from
That's true.
these nice, so-called, models and all this stuff, unless they got to pay for it, or unless they got to run around here and be, the Napoleon complex, whatever.
You
And then the
can be a
second quick thing, is, why why do women have such a problem with me as a man going to damn McDonald's and picking up a chick from McDonald's and being fine with that? Dudes can do that. I can go. A woman for whatever
a
reason
woman
ain't gonna
can't
go to
do that.
McDonald's. Why?
Woman not gonna do
Why?
it because
Why?
you have
Why?
no
Greg, come
security.
on, bro.
You
You
have no
know the
financial
answer to that
security.
I'm
question.
serious. I want to
Yes.
know why.
So that leads into the question, and we'll get there, that men don't really care about. So when women brag about where they work and when they degrees and all, we don't care. He just
We
Y'all
don't
showed
don't
you.
care.
care.
Hell, the OJ
Okay.
got his girl out the Waffle House somewhere. We don't. Yeah. So when you tout
Right.
what you do for a living and how much money you make and all that, it's actually telling us in the back of our head, yeah, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna move on.
I'm a bounce. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna
If
get
you
it, then I'm
putting it
gonna
out
bounce.
like that,
Mm.
I'm bouncing. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Nika,
But short men, but the
yeah.
problem with a lot of short men, they come out with big dick energy, and then the girl be
Okay, George.
She gonna hit me with one
George.
show. She
George.
gonna do it with one show. One show. She gonna make me come up out of my motherfucking
I
skin.
digress, George. I'm sorry. I digress. I'm sorry.
Okay, Nick, go with it. Go with it. It ain't as
I'm
bad
just
as the
saying.
Drake
I'm
thing.
just
It
saying.
ain't,
I'm
it ain't
just
as
It
bad
saying.
as
wasn't
that.
bad as the Drake though. She hit you with on Drake pretty hard. But
Well,
okay, you're right, Nika. Though you're 1,000% right. But so the checklist.
yeah, though I didn't realize that high value men could
Mm-hmm.
date. I thought they had
Easy,
a certain kind of
easy.
woman they would.
They don't
No,
No,
need
I'm
you.
saying that
we
they
don't.
would
They don't need
actually
to.
take serious.
They
I
don't
didn't
need
think that they
you. Right?
would.
Don't need to.
Yeah. And
No.
sometimes here it's not all the time. And everything we're saying, folks, that's listening, it is not a rule.
Correct.
It is an
Opinion,
observation. Right?
observations, opinions.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
more a woman feels like she can swing her balls, the harder time you have. And not all women are like that, but it's just
Right.
so. And Kevin Samuels always used to deal with that. I don't want to say his name because it would
I
drive
loved
people
him
away,
though. I actually
right?
did. I
And as
liked
soon as
him.
somebody say, "I got a PhD," he'd be like, "Nah." Like, I
Right.
didn't even ask you about that. Why is
I
that the
don't
first
care.
Right.
thing you came
We
out your
don't
mouth,
care.
right?
Don't care.
You know, I do such and such and such. I work da 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 da. I make this amount of money. Okay, you just
Now
proved
you're
to me
trying to
that you're gonna
set
be
a
more.
certain status, a certain
Yeah,
playing field that you think that I need to come up to your level. Hell, I may be coming down to it. Now you're
yeah.
trying to, set a certain
And it's
status.
okay to
I
be
don't care.
successful. It's okay
That's
to be a
good.
successful woman,
Right.
right?
Well,
Very
that's what
successful.
most
The better you
women
are. Yeah.
think. I mean, that's what most women think. But like you said, if you meet the right man that can coach you into, you know what I mean, like being something that
Those
you
a lot
never
of
thought you
layers,
could be.
man. There's a lot of layers. That's a lot
It
of
it,
layers
it
to that.
really is.
That's a
Like if
lot
you
of layers.
if when you get into a relationship, uh, 30 and older, right? To coach somebody into believing something or uh, acting a certain way, that's a lot
Hmm.
of work because you've
That's a
been
lot.
used to being you so long that when you
Right.
finally meet somebody, now I got the responsibility to actually coach you into being a different personality. That's a hard
But do
thing.
you feel
Yeah.
like the woman should at least date 10 years?
Date what?
10 years her age
At
or what
least,
have you.
because, and here's my
I never
opinion.
heard that before.
Here's my opinion, and I may be wrong, and I don't know if it's science, fact, or
I
law.
don't
I'm
think
just giving you
so.
my opinion.
Mm,
I believe that women are 2 years ahead of men mentally. Period.
mm,
That's just my thought, and because men do not mature as fast as women mature. You can go out in these streets and you can see the difference where you got, some of your guys, their daughters and all, 21, 22. Their first thing they'll tell you is, I don't want to date a guy my age because mentally he hasn't
they're
matured
not
yet.
there. Yeah.
Right.
Every
So
now and
we don't,
again.
every now and then, but we don't start thinking about the maturity aspects of it until we're in the good 30,
I
Yeah,
was
older than
scared
that.
though.
or
Older than
Yeah,
older
I
that.
than
was
that.
Yeah.
scared
Right.
because I think at one point I had dated somebody like 15, about 15 years older than me. But
Okay.
it was more like he was trying to be my daddy. Well, what it was, he ended up hitting
What?
me, and I was like, I'm not about to be nobody punching bag.
He
But
spanked you.
no, he hit me in my face. That ain't no damn spanking.
Oh no, no, that's crazy. He's like,
That was
I
no
told you.
spanking.
Hey,
That was a
Yeah,
hey,
punch
Joyce,
in my face.
yeah,
call
But
me
punch. A
daddy.
man that's
Call me
gonna punch a
daddy.
woman anyway, that's
Call me
a bad
daddy.
thing. You know.
right. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but before then, I would say like I learned how to be wined and dined. I learned about lingerie.
Courted.
He
Courted.
taught
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
about basically, wearing heels and just
Yep.
being like his trophy and this, that, and the third. And he taught me a lot. Like he really
Okay.
taught me a lot.
He
Okay.
knew a
So
lot. He was 15 years
Right.
older than you. So
yeah, but
Right.
yeah.
that could have been just initially in his mind, he probably was, oh, okay, I'm just gonna hit this little young girl. But like I've always told you, I had great conversation. So even if
Yeah.
I was younger, I could still hold my own. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think it turned into something different because you outside my job with roses on your motorcycle and ride by my house. Like it started getting
Yeah.
weird. But
I heard age wise from I don't know which sect, I don't know if it's a nation or which ones, that they said your wife should be half of your age plus 7. I don't know what that amounts to because I'm not, the math of it all is whatever, but you
George, you
know,
old, man. She gonna be like 55, George. You old.
or
half my so 100 divided by 2 plus 7, 57. But
and don't let them be short.
oh
Oh
God,
Lord.
y'all gonna leave,
Let
y'all
me
gonna
stop
leave.
for all the short men be
Oh,
like
they
that.
gonna be
Listen,
on you.
well, they're gonna be
They
on
be
they're gonna be
typing
on
like
you.
this on their DM.
Mad typing.
Let me
Look,
see. Let me
Tell
get
you
on my
something.
feet.
I'm gonna
stool.
tell you something. Tell you something right now, you
Oh
raggedy mother.
man.
I
Oh
mean,
man.
Kevin Hart short, and his wife taller than him, and she younger than
Money.
him.
Come
So
on, money. Come on,
When
money.
he's selling his wallet, they the same size.
They're
That's
the
what he
same.
told me.
right.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Well,
It's
let's
all
not
it's
use
all
him
No,
good.
then.
he way taller. Right. When he's standing on his wallet, he way taller. Come
Mm-hmm.
on. Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's my
yeah.
point. Why does it take money for women to accept that? So I guess if that was the case, it wouldn't be no high value men then, huh?
I
Because
guess
you have
that's
a
my
hmm?
yeah. No, I think it goes down. I'm always gonna go into some scientific shit, right?
Okay.
I think I
Right.
think it I think it matches and meets the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? There are certain needs that we need as humans to survive. I think
Okay.
there's a subset of those needs that women have that's just innate, right? Security,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Me, a woman to date a fat, ugly guy. I say it all the time. A guy that played for the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday that weighed 450 pounds has
Right.
got a dime model on his
Bad
arm.
ass
She
woman.
now she
Right.
wouldn't have talked to him in under any other
Other
circumstances,
circumstances. Exactly.
right? But because her needs of
Um,
security
yeah.
is so high,
Sponsorship.
we can't do it, Greg. We won't do it,
Right.
right? We
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 won't.
won't just be like,
Mm-mm.
oh, come on, Precious or Respucia,
No.
you
No.
got good heart.
No.
No,
He
we ain't
said
gonna do it.
precious.
Yeah,
Sealy.
it ain't
Sealy.
gonna
Not
it ain't gonna
Rasputin.
it ain't gonna happen, right? It's just not
It
gonna
ain't gonna
happen.
happen. It's not
Right.
gonna
So
happen.
we're not going to
No.
do that. We can't alter our visual orientation or visual desires for security. It ain't gonna happen.
Look,
That's why he said he'll pick up somebody out of McDonald's. Damn, she bad. Look at that little brown at McDonald's.
right,
It ain't never occurred to him that she work at McDonald's because he doesn't
right.
have a
Okay.
security need that she needs to meet.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
true. Y'all, you guys really like to feel needed, or is that true?
Not. I mean, well,
Feel
I don't
needed.
want you to be needy,
Right.
but
Not needy,
needed.
but like not alpha. Like I got my own. You know what I mean? Like I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure I
how to
follow you.
put it.
So you're
We,
asking if we as guys want to feel needed.
Needed by your woman, not a needy woman.
We want to feel needed. Yeah. I mean, any man want to feel needed. Yes. But I guess we need to clarify. Maybe we can talk
Not
about it.
needy like I'm your child. You know what I mean? But you know how
Mm-hmm.
like
yeah.
we said earlier,
Yeah.
like she's
Mm-hmm.
I
saying,
think.
I
I
got
think.
my own. I could do this. I don't need you for
Mhm.
nothing. Blah blah blah. Blah. So it's
I
like
think. I think great
Mm-hmm.
partners have opposing weaknesses and strengths,
right,
and they can have
Correct.
the same strengths, right? A good
right.
Mm-hmm.
co-pilot. That's what I always use now.
Right.
I'm like, I got me a good co-pilot. You know what I'm saying? It's even down to the smallest thing. My co-pilot, I'm driving. She working the radio and doing all that stuff. Like,
Right.
it's just being able to almost dance in rhythm with somebody. And I know her
Right.
needs, right? I know what she needs. She don't have to say, like, "Man, I got that. Let me do
And you
this.
don't
Let
have
me
to
That's
do
walk
that."
around
investing.
beating your
Right,
chest like I'm the
right,
That's
man of this.
investing.
right,
That's
right,
Yeah.
right.
investing.
Or when
Right.
when I get overheated, right, I have migraine headaches, and it's just
Right.
amazing that my girl, she'll rub my head and you know
Investing. That's
you know
investing.
what I'm saying?
She paying attention. That's
That's
what I'm
my
saying.
need. I don't need you to be a man. I don't need you to take the trash. I don't need you,
Right.
but
Right.
that's my need, and you
Right.
identify that need. Rub my head till I go to sleep, and and here's the other thing. Not only just rubbing my head, praying for me while she got her hands on my head.
Right. Right.
Right? All that's important to me now. And some people might not believe in it, and that's cool. Do you? Right? But that's important for
Right.
me.
And the other thing that's important is supporting and peace.
Right.
I do not want to come home after I had
Yapping.
to. Well, no, it's not even about the yapping. It's just I don't want to come home and I'm out in these streets looking at the dark web, fighting some criminals, and I got to come home to another, 30,000 worth of just bullshit. Just give me a second, to understand. Let me wind down. Let me get my day going. Let me get some whatever I need to get and just chill for a second. Then we can get in it. We can chat because women, have about 10, 20,000 words, whereas a man only have about 5,000 words. And I done used that shit up in my meetings today. you know
Right.
you know,
That's why it be
I,
taking you so long to get your questions out.
exactly. I'm tired. I don't feel like talking anymore, like now.
Yeah. It's like, okay, we talked out. It's like, okay, how much more
Right.
time we got to talk now? God dang.
Right.
Right.
Nah. No, but
So
this is good.
cost of the ring. What cost of the ring? I know what my thoughts are. What Nika, do you think? What are your thoughts for cost of the
Oh,
ring?
I don't know. I've always wondered. I don't
Really?
know.
They have some
From
stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
what did they say?
2 months salary, a month's salary. Hell, I
6
need to
I
months
would
quit my
salary.
say,
job. I need to quit my job and go work at Rally for a month, then get the ring based.
Yeah, somebody was like 6 months or something,
well,
half of your
typically,
salary.
okay, where I think is yes, I fall in line with it. It needs to be at least, whatever your monthly salary is, at least 3 to 4 or so times that
Greg,
monthly
come on now.
salary.
Come on, Greg. Come
If you
on.
make $1,000 a month, then you got to
Who
save up three
the hell
thousand
making a
dollars.
Oh, no, no,
thousand
no, no,
dollars
no.
a
No,
month?
no, hold on.
Cause you
So
need to jump him if he only make
let's
$1,000
You
just
see
throw
how
a
a
that
month.
works?
let's
No,
throw a
hypothetical.
hypothetical. She did
Right.
it. But let's throw a hypothetical number out there that ain't too hypothetical. You make
Okay.
15, 17, $20,000 a month. You just said $120,000 ring.
That's different. If you're making 15, 16, 17 $1,000 a month, I'm
He
talking about
said
that. See,
that's
Joy,
different.
I'm talking about the average man, you making 20,000 a month, George.
Average
People don't
salary.
make that
Let me
much
look
money
this up.
sometimes a month. You rich. See, we already
Well,
know that.
well, cover the
But
whole. No, cover the whole gamut. Now everybody gonna listen to the show. We just ain't got Section 8 dudes on this motherfucker. Shit, everybody listening to this, man. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm talking about the average dude is gonna make, the 5 to 10,000. Then what you want to do is, okay, let me give you an example. And here's what I think. I believe that you definitely want to invest. Here's the deal, man. Let me just tell you, if I'm going to marry you, I want to make sure that any dude that walk up to you is gonna see your ring and gonna know you married. I don't
Right.
want you running around with no doggone, a piece. You got you got a little piece on your hand, and you got a little piece on your hand, and they trying to figure out. They trying to figure out what the hell is that. Are you married, or you just is that a
Boy,
friendship
I
ring?
mean, I guess it determines how much of a prize she really is.
that
then.
ring ain't gonna keep her damn legs closed, so she can have a damn boulder on her hand. If she want to
It
do
ain't
it, she
about
gonna
keeping
do
the
it.
legs closed. It ain't
Shit, you
about keeping
talking
the
about
legs
you want
closed.
some guy to run up on her? Hell, she can have a tattoo and be like, man, get the hell on. If I'm unavailable, I'm
That's
unavailable.
fine. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, you got to really look at it from a woman's perspective, dude. She don't want to be walking up to
Oh no,
her
no, no, no. To
friends
her
and talking
girlfriend,
about,
right?
and
You
she
know
walking
the
up to her friends.
girlfriend gonna judge the ring. They
Yeah,
Right.
gonna
and she
judge
doing
it.
this right here. Look at that little bitty ring. That
Yeah, my
shit. Come
first
on,
ring
bro.
was like that. My
The
first ring was
clusters.
like that.
That boy clusters got this big.
Spit diamonds. The spit clusters. Who want that?
Now, when I got engaged when I was in the Navy, my little ring, it
Well,
was
that's
little.
different. That's different.
Why is it
It was
different,
little.
I
George?
told
Why is
Tracy,
it
I'm
different? Why you trying to be
when she
nice,
was
nice and neutral? Why is it different? No,
when
it's
she was
not.
in the Navy, they didn't have
Oh, you
the
can't do
finance.
that. Yeah, you can't do
Yeah,
that now.
I told Tracy I'm getting her an 18 karat cluster. That boy gonna look like a Super Bowl ring.
The spit diamond.
No, you can't do that. You ain't gonna do that. I
He
know
ain't
he's
gonna do
not
that.
gonna do that.
I guarantee you. He
He's
talking all
such
that
a
shit.
liar. I
Right.
can't
He
wait
talking exactly.
to see her
He
She,
talking
ring.
that shit exactly.
her ring gonna be like this, full of clusters.
You'll lie. You gonna get her a rock.
He talking that. That's why he curious, because he talking that noise now. I'm telling you now, George. You want to go ahead and save up a couple of paychecks and get the lady
I ain't
a
got to
nice
save up.
damn ring.
Oh, George Packard, he don't gotta save up nothing. The money
See,
already
see,
there.
see, see,
I'm
see,
gonna sell all this lighting and equipment around.
Oh, don't try to put it out
see,
there
see,
now. The
see.
money is
He-
already there.
exactly. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be
No,
nice.
no, no.
Exactly.
You talking
You've
to the
already
wrong
peeped
G.
game.
You talking about G over there? That G.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Viking
right
oven.
there,
Don't try to
right
be
there.
incognito now.
Right,
No.
exactly. Thank you, Nika. Don't
You
try
talking
it
to the?
now.
No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna out it. I ain't gonna
Thank.
Well,
out
I
him
can't
no
wait to
more.
see it. I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
see
Look, he is hating that shit right now. He George like right here. Let me
it. He gotta
stop. Hit
go
that
hard.
record
Oh,
button.
it's already kicked out. You already know it. It's
Oh,
already.
okay. Well, drop
Look,
it in the chat.
look,
We want to
look.
now.
My
We
phone going
curious.
off. Look, my
We
phone going
want
off.
we curious now. Make sure you drop it in the chat.
Right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He
It's
talking
I'm
all
all.
just
this
saying.
junk.
Listen, I'm just saying, man. So what do you really, honestly, all jokes aside, what is your thought around it though, George? I mean, you can't come back and say you want to give her a $2,000 or whatever,
That ain't
because
What
happening.
would
you have
you
to
tell
look at
others? Because
you.
everybody not on your pay scale. So
Listen,
what
listen.
would
This
I
is
you
what I'm
would.
tell
about to get
others?
to. This is what I'm about to get to. What I'm about to say is you got to think about where you are, where George is from a high value perspective. So
Right.
let's just be realistic. If you
Average.
don't want to talk about how much it is now, that's fine. But realistically, George, I don't see you talking about, oh, I'm gonna get you a $2,000 ring, Trace.
Hell no, bro.
Hell no, I know that
Okay,
one.
Man, hell
I'd
no.
all
rather you
right.
Shit.
say what's the average? What average cost would
The
you sell them?
average cost for a ring is between $5,000 and $6,000. That's the
Okay,
average, national average, right?
okay.
across the board. That's a
Check
And
that
I
national.
out.
don't see some $5,000, $6,000 ring, and they
They
weren't
ain't worth it
ringing.
either. But go ahead.
They
Right.
ain't ringing.
That's what I said. That's the national
They ain't
average. That's
ringing.
the national
Like
average.
Nika
So
said, they ain't
so
ringing.
so so I think
Them
you got
rings
to
ain't
do.
ringing.
I think you got to do a minimum 10K.
All right. Thank you, George. Thank you for being realistic on that. All right.
They
Yeah.
put a
Yeah.
capital
That's real.
R, but they ain't ringing either.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
But
he
see
said he
now,
said he
so
said at
now,
minimum. He said at
yeah.
minimum.
Yeah, but
Dang.
see,
And that's right.
but see now, who are you trying to impress? When you start trying to impress versus, because I know people with
It's
three
too
carat
gaudy.
rings on
Too
and they ain't
much.
even
Too
got a good
much.
marriage. Why you wearing that
Exactly.
big ring to symbolize something that you ain't
Exactly.
even got,
Exactly.
right? So
Me
that's where it
personally,
gets,
I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't like rings because I lose them.
yeah. Well, shit, you lose a
Shit,
wedding ring,
you a
that's a
winner.
problem. You just
Shit,
lost a
you a
car.
No,
winner.
I'm just saying that's just
That's a winner.
I
She just from
you
a
you don't
car.
really see me. I just wear my watch for the most part. I'm not really
Yeah,
a hands accessory person.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
You
yeah.
know, because I wash my hands a lot, it's too much.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. Tracy and I, we discussed it and we kind of talked, but we ain't trying to impress nobody. But at the same token,
And that's fine.
we still trying to say, hey, this is a
This is
symbol of
what
our
it is.
love. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Right.
I
saying? So
think when you
it's
get to a certain point, it's really what you said. It's about
hmm
showboating or what have you. But if you
right.
really
Yeah. You
think
don't have to
about
do
it,
that.
it's
Right. You don't
really
have to do
not
that.
about that. And I think that's
Mostly,
the
Correct.
immaturity of
Exactly.
the
what
couple
I
or
hate
the
is the
woman.
ring. The ring is not symbolic of how great the marriage is,
Mm-mm.
right? That's
Thank
what I
you.
think. You got
Thank
this
you.
big ass rock on your hand and your marriage shambles,
You
Right.
can give
right?
me, like you said, a tattoo, and it's,
Yeah, I
I'm not,
mean,
I
Exactly.
because
ain't
you're not
doing no
Exactly.
concerned,
tattoo, but
right?
yeah,
You're not
Right. I agree.
concerned. You want another ring. You want to upgrade in rings. Let's try to upgrade
Right.
this counseling session that we need to go to.
Right.
You
exactly.
know what I'm
Right.
Or
saying?
Right.
upgrade the house
So,
or
Yeah.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
something.
People be having a
Cool.
ring
Cool.
and don't have a house, or you know.
Hey, that's true. 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000.
But
Cool.
oh, today was
All right. Cool,
great.
guys. What else we got? What else we got on the menu? I know I do. Actually, you know what? I do want to talk about, Nico, you have sometimes some questions about cigars. And I said, you know what?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to bring a couple of cigars here and I'm going to talk through and we're going to just have a little show and tell about some of these cigars. So, real quick, I got a couple of favorite cigars. This is one of my favorite is, Avo. I typically smoke, Panatellas or a Toro, which is Spanish for bull. This is a Toro. So basically, this is how it looks. And the ring size, what we refer to as the ring size, this is a 54 on these Toros. Now the ring size can go up from 20 to like 60 to huge as hell. And I don't want that my mouth ain't opening that fucking wide for no damn.
Yeah, cause
I'm
what
sorry.
you see be having, he be looking like he got a pickle in his mouth. It be
See,
He
so
be
see,
having
she,
big.
he have a
see,
sick,
you
he have a big
pickle.
one. Yeah.
She
What?
being nice, George. She
Yeah,
said
cause I
pickle.
was gonna say something else.
Right.
She
Sound
must have
like
went to church yesterday. She must have went to church yesterday.
She went to church, and I don't want to look like I got a pickle in my mouth, or a
Right,
banana, or nothing
right.
else. Right.
Yeah, right,
a ling
right.
So
ling.
this one right here, Nika, is if you want a good flavor, this one tastes like cedar and roasted nuts. With this one, it's about a 45-minute smoke, and at least a 45-minute to an hour smoke. This right here is my buddy right here. And George, you know about that. That's them placenta,
149, baby. That's all I
placentas
smoke is
right
the
there.
green labels. Green and
Yep,
black label
yep, yep.
placencia.
And
Yeah.
these
Yeah, we got a
mugs
lot
are
to learn.
100% organic. Now, these would be considered an expensive cigar. Some
Yeah.
people consider these expensive cigars,
Yeah.
because
Give
I
me the
just bought.
expensive one.
The
Hmm?
one I smoke is $25 a stick.
Give me the
There
expensive
you,
one.
Yeah.
right there you go, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
There you,
So
you
on
saw
on a
me.
casual day. Yeah.
You saw me smoking on this, which is a long stem, which I call a long fellow. That's the Panatella. That's the long one right there. So these, whereas like with this guy, this is a 52 on this ring right here, and it's only 6 inches. Whereas like this guy can go up to about 7 inches or so. So I
Okay, you gonna
love
have to.
these because they quick.
We're gonna have to do a whole session per week
Yeah,
because that was a lot in one. I don't
Then you
remember.
got Maduros. You got different the wrapper
I ain't want to get
colors.
into the exactly.
Okay, we'll do
Yeah,
that a different. We'll
Go
do
ahead,
that a
yeah,
George.
we're
Hit
different
me
gonna
with
have
it
time.
to.
real quick, at least the Maduros, because you got some cigars that are enhance. If you depends on what you're pairing them with, you know we talked about erectile dysfunction a couple of shows ago. Some, if they gonna help
So
you.
you mean tell me cigars help with erectile
Listen,
dysfunction?
I'm gonna tell you the right one paired with the right liquor. We're gonna talk about that. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna talk about that. I guarantee you.
It help out the
But anyway,
Cialis and the Viagra and all the what is it, the diamonds,
you said what?
the cigar?
Cialis? You said the Cialis? It ain't like no damn Cialis, Nika. We ain't talking no Viagra.
Oh,
It ain't medicated like that.
oh, okay. Oh,
We're gonna buy somebody some
Look,
cigars.
George, look, I ain't want to say nothing. Look, she was,
I'm about to tell
her
my
mind was like this.
friend.
Why?
One
That's
of
why
them
y'all
shit,
smoke 2, 3 cigars a
cause
night.
my was out.
Right. Oh my God, man.
Oh
Hold
God.
The other
Uh,
thing, Nika, we touched on. All right, forget the cigars. Because what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna probably
on,
meet up
man.
at a cigar spot here and shortly, and just have a nice little chat, all of us at a cigar spot, and maybe even get the owner, George. I think we talked about that. Maybe we can get
yep.
the owner to come up and just talk about, she'll just talk about some cigars. So I think we'll just do that. Have a nice little chat about that one of these days. Here, I'll figure out when we'll want to do that though. So
You know I
the
got a
other thing
membership.
though,
You gotta know. You know I got a membership over there now.
exactly. Oh, okay. Now you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Cool, man.
and they're
Uh,
in red phone booth, so we good to go on both of
exactly.
them.
Exactly. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I had thought about it, but I was like, I'm gonna wait and see. All right, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it then. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing is, Nika, me and Kendrick was talking about the whole VR. I don't know if you remember. We was talking about doing the whole VR thing. So VR is a couple of different things. What I want to just really bring the people up to speed on is the whole Apple Vision Pro versus VR. VR is like a computer generated environment, where it gives you scenes and objects that appear to be real. It make you feel like you are literally immersed into a whole nother reality. Okay.
Virtual
Mm,
reality. Yeah.
Virtual reality is what it is. So you have MetaQuest, which is
mm,
Facebook. Facebook now changed their name to Meta. So that's the whole VR. Everybody have those Oculus systems. That's when you put them things on, you lose yourself really into that world. I mean, it's to the point where you are just like it feels like real life. You're just screaming,
that's
you're moving, you're
scary.
ducking and dodging. No, it's real. And VR now, this whole
This
Apple
is.
Vision Pro, this joint has gone to a whole nother level. They talking about
Mm.
spatial computing on this joint. And when I'm
Wow.
talking about spatial computing, I'm talking about you putting these jokers on, and it's like you got your iPhone or iPad. It's like
Yeah.
moving around with that. Because with this guy, you can it has a what you call a travel locator on it, where you
Mm,
can start putting up putting stuff off of your hard drive, and wherever you put stuff at, it remembers it. You can drive and you can go back to it later on and look around and you can grab it. Even if you log off, you can go back and grab everything. It holds it all in memory. And I'm talking about you can do all your emails and typing on it. It has got to the point now, it is so freaking real life that you can play ping pong with a person that's in real life in the VR game.
So they got VR mixed with AI.
Exactly. So that means
Yeah.
if I put on my VR, like we really sitting here and I got a ping pong table here in real life. I put my VR, my Apple Vision on. I can play ping pong with you in my VR and you in real life.
Mm.
That shit is so tight, and it's scary because
I don't know. That's
the whole
scary.
AI scene. I'm not even going to talk about the whole AI because of the whole cybersecurity
That's a
stuff.
whole
But
nother
let me tell you,
Right.
conversation.
Right. Right. Right.
what'd you say? That's what you
That's a
say.
whole nother conversation because it's
Right,
so much.
right, right. We don't too much get into that, but I'm telling you guys, it's I tell people this, all the time. I say, look, people do not really understand. People say, oh yeah, there's two things. People say, oh yeah, I understand uh cybersecurity, or me and George, briefly touched on some of this stuff. They say, oh, I understand, cybersecurity, or I understand, the dark web and this world and that. And I'm telling you guys, you guys really do not understand, coming from like the three-letter agency world. When I talk about the CIAs and the NSA, coming from those three-letter agency worlds, people do not understand, and
Oh, I know
you
them.
cannot get people to understand, because it'll be so much chaos. It would be,
Right.
mass confusion. So what I will say this though is, people think that they are touching so much of the internet. If you go onto the internet and you say, oh, you know what, I want to do this on my social media, my Facebook and all that, you don't touch 2% of what's out there.
Right.
Oh, wow.
1000%. You do not, I don't care who, I
You're
would
the
say,
generic user. You're the
not
generic user.
exactly.
Yeah.
I would say 90% of the world do not touch 2% of the internet, because you have no clue what else is out there behind those other doors.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. So,
That's
and
true.
then the whole AI aspect, we're not even going to get into that though. That's another
Yeah.
whole beast on its own. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. We'll say some stories here to
Yeah.
chat about it, to get
And
into
it's
it.
fun because Greg and I both have cybersecurity
Absolutely,
work. So
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Good deal.
That's amazing.
Good deal.
This is
Good deal.
good.
So, this is good. I am
Y'all was putting it
glad.
down tonight, were you?
Anika,
What?
Good
Oh, we
Lord.
got
Anika.
deep, huh? I
Got a
mean,
little
We can.
deep. Got a little.
All right,
we
Nika,
could.
you gonna try and hook us up in
Oh,
a week,
no. I got us some
got somebody
potential, but if anybody's
potentials?
watching, just hit us up in the comments if you're willing to come on, open-minded, no judgment zone, and let's
Nope.
have grown
Fun.
dialogue.
Let's run 2 or 3
Absolutely.
people. Let's give people different times to
Yeah,
come in. You come
that'd
in
be
with us,
Hey,
and
dope.
then you come in with us, and then
we're
you
gonna
Yeah,
have to
come
fix.
in with us.
We're gonna set that up. So let's
y'all
Yeah.
need to get a
start.
man.
Oh, we will. We will. We're gonna start. Like you said, let's just get maybe a later, and chat real quick, get used to it, and then we're gonna have to just start rolling with a couple of them, and
Yeah.
see. But
Yeah. So
this
y'all
was
get
dope.
ready out there. Y'all get ready. If y'all want
Y'all
to
get
talk
ready.
to us, get ready. Get
Right. And come
your
open minded.
yeah.
No
Right.
judgment. We just,
Because we're
it's
gonna
gonna be
fire you up if you
fun.
come in here with that bull crap. We're gonna fire you
Right.
up. You gonna get fired up now. You ain't gonna
Right.
come in here and you ain't gonna come in
Right.
here and take over. We're gonna let you know
Oh,
that's right there why
definitely.
your ass ain't got nobody. Because you
Oh,
gonna come in here and
Exactly.
take over. I know you
mute
Exactly.
that
trying to take
mic.
over some shit at home.
Exactly.
And mute that
Exactly.
mic.
Mute it.
Mute
She said,
Mute.
rebuke that mic.
So
All right, cool.
All
All right,
right,
Nika, you
guys.
want to take us
Until
out?
next time,
hey,
make
Hey,
sure you
subscribe.
like, subscribe, and share
subscribe.
the content.
Get with us. It's been
Absolutely.
what's on the menu, baby. We out of here.
I love it. Y'all be easy.
Peace.
Peace.